I think closely up with Delhi, Bangalore, they may be strong chapters.
Yeah, we had a very good...
I first worked with my engineering tech. That worked for Infosys, and I went to US for 2 years, my MBA. And worked there with companies like JP Morgan.
First of all, welcome everybody. We have a mentoring session series as we do every time, in the first week of every month. We have Rabdeep over time, and Mayur is first time here. Mahesh has always been there, and he's third time. I think we met at the last year. So Mr. Ajay Tiwari is CEO and co-founder of Smart Data, and a very successful entrepreneur with a background in merchant navy. He started his career with, and a great source of inspiration to many youngsters. Has built up a good empire in Mali and done pretty well, and now influencing young budding entrepreneurs like me. And most importantly, he is Thai Charter member and a very active Thai member. Over to him. We have a very small gathering today, and we can interact in person. So,
afternoon. So I would like to just keep it very informal. I will respond to your questions and tell you what happened. Actually,
you can start with your story first. How it happened.
It's difficult to tell about 25 years of work in. I come from a very normal Indian background, middle class family. My father was a defense personnel, civil engineer in the army, and we have lived our life like a normal child. We were born through the. But I have a presentation. Do you want me to go through that or just tell you?
Presentation is
Just my story.
Yeah, great, sir. We would love to.
Because that's what I.
No, we would love to see.
Something that I've created for this site.
I think that would be best.
Because then that will give some.
No, we would love to see.
Some momentum, right?
Yes.
Okay. Way better.
All right.
I've been part of 2 e-commerce ventures. One in Bangalore, one in Gurgaon. And the one in Gurgaon, we had to close it down because of some funding problems in May. So after that, I've been spending time with my dad's business in Chandigarh and working on my own ventures.
You also in Shivani view, in one-to-one meeting sessions.
In the top floor?
In the top floor, you said that I should start something in hospitality.
I see.
I had started in hospitality, and this is the second year of that. Yes.
Going well?
Yes.
Oh, very good. I remember that we had some day.
I very carefully listen to your words, so follow them.
Achha.
That's that I.
Nice to meet you. And you are a Thai member?
Yeah, actually, after 8 years of IT experience, I started my own venture in 2009.
You are from IT field, huh?
Yeah.
This is a presentation I gave on completing 12 years with Smart Data. So they had given me, my employees had given me a surprise February 1st this year. So in return I said, okay, I promise I'll share my story with you. And it will be a true story, not any kind of. So I'm just trying. I'll share the same one, a story, coming from your heart. My background, as I said, I was born to a hard-working father. I always saw him working hard for the family, making, giving us all the facilities, even at times when we could not afford it properly. And especially his kind of stress to provide us the best of education. And a very caring mother, as I said. And a lineage, we come from a very known family from our roots, Randolph family. We have acres of land I told my great grandfather. But ultimately, 2-3 generations ate on the earnings of the previous forefathers, and my father's generation had to come out to do a job. So as the lineage his son was studying, and those days, if you know the history of India, a lot of agitation happened in late 60s about language, what should be the English should be the mother tongue, or it should be, so there was equal debate. Some people wanted in a family that we should study Hindi, some elders wanted us to be Hindi, some wanted us to go to convent, especially my mother, because she. But I think sometimes a housewife has more power in terms of getting what she wants from the children, and she won that debate again. We were put in a RSS school those days, and then she said, no, education will move to go in a ICSE board school, and that's how our education started. As I said, we saw different various stages of education system. In a way, it helped in the longer run because we were equally well versed with Hindi as in English, because some of our school years was spent in hardcore Hindi medium, and it was like tradition versus future, obviously. Our head of the family used to be my father's elder brother. Was traditional, and he said, well, this is nothing different, we all went through this education system. So there was this struggle, and now I can realize that, the discussion that used to happen. Even still, in those days, the value of a family was there. We all used to sit together and take decisions. Now it's a nuclear family. So, but ultimately, future one, and it's good because it's done that I am here. Otherwise, I don't know where I would have been. Sacrifices, I said, a lot of sacrifices we all make for our children, and I realized later that my parents did it for me. Father took voluntary postings so that we can get good education to smaller cities like Jhansi or Bareilly, so that he used to, ask for those postings because he knew that he used to find out through his network. In those days, the network used to be postcards and letters or word of mouth, that school is good, let's go there, rather than going to Bombay or Delhi or whatever. So he moved for larger interest, at times sacrificing his promotions in different services. Staying at one station for education when we were in 10th. I have an elder brother who went to IIT Kanpur and did his masters from Stanford University and his PhD from Stanford University. So, just had they not done those things, we would have not achieved what we are. They always kept their ears and eyes open. Nobody heard about IIT those days. When my father went for his defense course to Pune, he met somebody. His son was doing preparation for IIT. He saw Agarwal classes, he brought the form, and he said, "ये कुछ अच्छा है इसे कर लो." Had that not happened, those were triggering events. So. And always, as I said, supported anything to do with education at the cost of personal sacrifices. My mother, she used to, make us study in the morning. She used to get up, winter nights, so that we prepare for exams or competition. She has this habit of, she still has this habit of knitting. She will, so that we don't fall asleep, she will be there for that gift study, right? Especially during I never used to study much and never to study late. So, taking tuition in those days was a taboo. If you are taking tuition, you are considered as a kind of average person. Now you don't take tuition, it becomes, after the tuition, something is wrong or what. So, and also an issue of affordability. Those days, I don't know, but I remember my father, I remember petrol at 3 rupees. That's the earliest memories. and the salary used to be, you know, if you're getting 2,000, 2,500 government job, you are fairly well in the system. My own self, I used to be, and I'm still, apart from my hat of CEO of a company now, on a personal level, that's what I am, not smaller than that. I remember the cycle I got onto at the first position till I got my own car in 89, 90, I think. I was always able, as any Indian youngster used to be in those days, that when you watch cricket is a passion. I used to think that one day I would play for India, and I was a very good bowler. I had played CK90 under 19. I got selected to sports hostel. My father, and then what the condition was that you have to repeat 11th standard. My father outrightly rejected it. I felt that he killed my career, but today I realize that it was a great, foresightedness on his part. But I ended up being nowhere. So I used to get up, hear all the commentaries in the world, travel miles to watch cricket and play cricket, sometimes double banking as a player for two teams in those days, bunking schools, and my mother used to hide that fact from my father. Many more secrets, as I said, I can't, not here. Competition began at home. My brother, as I said, was an IITian. So, in a typical Indian family, you are this pressure, right? Look at your brother. And he was a brilliant, he is a brilliant mind. So, for him getting 90% was a piece of cake. For me to get anywhere close to it was a big challenge. Right? And, so, standard dialogue from parents, kuch nahi malum karoge, bhai ye kar lega, he will become, I guess, you will be more, doing something for him, So it kind of had an impact on my subconscious mind. We kuch to karna hai. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. So overnight I'll get this comparison from a very brilliant brother of mine. So those days I felt like under the world, and I did new world, but there was no reply. There was no choice. I have to do something. 12th standard is used to be that point where you are officially either you announce your arrival or you are denounced for good. अच्छा graduation कर रहे हो क्या कर रहे हो? तो commerce में अगर आप चलेंगे तो भी बेकार है. It's the other way around now. So science कर रहे हो तो ये engineer होगा, simple होगा. So everyone who spoke about it good was my enemy. Because they can't talk anything else. Give me alone. So from father to brother, and I used to kind of say, when will this get over? However, that subconscious mind kind of pushed me on a competitive level. I got into IIT. And just because I felt so much rebellion against this whole engineering system, I did not go to IIT. Those days IIT, I used to get a direct call from Chandigarh, a merchant navy, announced TS artist. So I went to take TSR, and other reason was that everybody in my family were engineers. So I felt I'll be another one of them. So I don't know. Because then everybody will tell you, ऐसे करो, ये करो, यहाँ join करो, BHL join करो, MBA join करो. So I said no. Went to TSR. World changed because I thought I was the smartest. Till I saw 70 brightest, people, Indians, selected from all over India. Because it was a national competition, and all over India, 70 of us were selected. And actually the life began here since then, when you compete against the best of the best. It was not just about survival, but also of exceeding competing. So it was a purely kind of a Navy kind of training. We used to wear naval dresses, there was everything, very strict regime from morning 5 o'clock to 11:30 and 7 days a week. So on those days, when we went there, we were told that we will get 1,000 rupees per month after the pass out. And we were very happy, 1,000, great, right? And then in between, we were told that it will be 3,000 and then 5,000. And we said, we are the richest guys. We fought for a scholarship because everybody was getting a scholarship. And it takes off the burden from our parents, their families. So I got a scholarship of, 50% of my education was sponsored by one of the shipping companies in Bombay. Based on my education, father's salary and all those aspects they used to take. It also brought us, that was my first exposure to group dynamics. How do you deal with a group? Stressful conditions, very stressful conditions in training. Your first year just goes away by getting to the seniors command and demands. After the official thing you do. Then I think those 3 years had a real strong impact on my life. I still use the learning of those 3 years even today. How we deal with this, how we deal, different people, different trade, different thinking, smart practice. I mean, those guys are today are who's and who's, and whichever field they are, shipping, management, whatever. So that helped. Shipping days, I remember I joined Larsen Tubro as a cadet, and I got my first port was Sweden, and there we had a big kind of issue. Our Indian crew was caught smuggling liquor into Sweden, and there was a huge, custom this and that. I was like, wow, this is scary. Next port was New York City, and you can see New York City from in a peak on a nice day, 40 miles. You can see that there's some light. It's big New York. So as a youngster, you always hear New York, London, right? New York. But my boss, I had an idea. He kept me busy on the deck for 3 days, and he left me only in the evening. One day, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
It's very tough for engineers.
Sorry? Yeah.
They don't let you out.
Yeah. So and I realized why he did that. What the reason behind it. So, in my cadetship, I was involved in a very interesting, and it got a lot of media coverage in US. We saved a US Coast Guard vessel from sinking. Our ship slipped. The ship name was Mongol Desai, and we went and rescued 29 Americans. They Coast Guard personnel, and brought them and then took them. So we were given a lot of coverage. So that was my first media world, that to US media. Norway experience, same boss.
Sun never sets.
Yeah, so we used to do chipping. We used to take out rust from the deck with hammers. So that's like you learn about patience. So morning to evening you keep doing, and he'll say, okay, from here to there. So that it was a matter of time. If you finish early, you'll get from there to there. So you learn the art of, So the boss came on deck and I said, sir, what time should I knock off? And he says, at sunset. And as he said, sun never sets there. And so those were learning experience. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was a vegetarian.
And me too, sir.
So
just 4 years on cruise
so I had lived my entire life on shipping of 11 years.
11 years.
And I have always worked with multinational crews. I've never worked with entire Indian crew. And I remember my first experience when I joined the ship, I was feeling seasick. So I said, he said, why do you want to put it on deck? I said, I'm not feeling well. He said, what happened? I said, I'm feeling seasick. I'm feeling very, So he said, okay, come over, get a bucket, get a rope. Maybe. So he made me tie the bucket with a rope and said, okay, throw it overboard, pick up a bucket of water, sea water, and right in the open sea, Atlantic. And then he said, taste. So you know salt water. The moment I tasted, he said, are you still feeling seasick? I said, no sir, never. And from that day, ever I have done that seasick. So what I'm saying is, obviously our father age, they will have more tougher stories to say. But in retrospect, when this presentation was for people, and I said, look, this is how life makes you tough. You know, had he not done that to me, I would have always felt succeeding in my own way. So tears, there were tears in my eyes in my first month, and tears when I left shipping after 11 years, because that was something I had spent. I made my first career in that. So I left, I remember Valentine's Day, 14th February 1999. Never thinking that this will be my last ship, because that's how the story of my turn started after that. Everybody asks me how, कैसे आप shipping छोड़ के, why did you join, how it started, you know, you are heading up. But I have a captain's license from England. I could have been a captain in 2 years' time. My batchmates said, you are crazy. You worked so hard for this career. Went to the top. And so many forums I have been asked, and my answer is that many times if you start analyzing everything to the last details, you will never be able to make a decision. So it's the fun is with the uncertainty, with that activity. So I told my wife, look, I'm joining in February 1999. If I survive till 31st December 1999, you please burn my CDCs, you please burn all my certificates.